it will be recorded. So if your hands can't write as fast and you want to be more present, I definitely say take notes as well. And you might not get back to do all the things that you could do in this hour that you have set aside, but it will be recorded and sent out in the next 24 hours or so. So you have that opportunity. And what I'm doing here today, I think is so important because, when I first got started in the industry, inviting was super hard for me. Like, if you guys are struggling with inviting, that maybe it's hard for you as a person and it's uncomfortable in any way, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. Because for me, I don't know, it was just so hard. And I knew what I wanted was good and it would help people. But I think just like my mind, like it just would just take control of my body. And I would just say, okay, I'm going to do it. And I would just kind of look at my phone and think about all the people. And, and I never really took that action as much as I wanted to and just pushing out. But what I have learned is having confidence. So let me just mute everyone. Hold on 1 second. I got some back noises here. You all.
You can change.
Okay, here we go. Everyone's muted, so I have to hear all your back noises. Yeah, so what I found is that when I have confidence and my self-esteem and my posture's good, I feel like I do better and reach out. And so I think practice makes perfect. Even if you have the perfect script, at the end of the day, it's going to take practice and it's going to take you really paying attention to what you do. And I think that's really important is as we are going through this, we're creating scripts and you're out there making the calls using these scripts. If you have a call and you reach out and you pick up the phone and you know that you did a couple of things really good and there are 3 things you're like, man, I wish I would have not done that. Like write them down and then the next one, try to incorporate it, right? Because it's all about just getting better every time. And if you kind of throw everything on the wall and you just see what sticks, like you just have this random business and you have no idea what you're doing. And it's one thing to run, but don't like run with your head cut off. You know what I mean? Like bumping into every wall. Like you don't want to do that. So today I have 10 people that we'll work with and we had a really good response, 64 people on here. So if it's something that you guys find value in, I'll totally do it. Like my goal is in the next 90 days is to help you guys grow. Not just your business and not just your bank account, but you, because you are a reflection of your bank account. You'll see me say that all the time. Network marketing is just an undercover self-development course. I just need to make you better. Like Alexis, like I'm going to make you better and then you're going to attract better people into your business. It's just the story of life, right? Like if you are looking for a husband, you're looking for a wife, you have to like get better, learn to cook because men like food. That's the way to their heart, right? And men, you guys need to know how to do dishes and, help around the house and be able to take care of babies. And like, it just makes yourself more valuable. And that's what we're doing here is helping you bring people in. So your story is your sales pitch and your inviting is a part of your story. So understanding where you are, what you saw in 3, what you're going to do in 3, all those things are very important to formulate your story. So if you don't have your story, I would sit down in front of a computer and type out where you were, what you saw, what you did, and where you're going. Okay. For those of you who are not going to be in the 10 today that we're working with, that's the start. Because your story is your sales pitch and that story becomes part of your invite because people don't care like what you do until you tell them why you're doing it. So you'll have to share a little bit of this, but remember, we just want to give a trailer. We don't want to give the full picture because then they never come and buy the ticket to watch the movie, which is getting on a connector, coming to the meeting. So if we do ourselves the disjustice of vomiting all of our story and all of the company's great stuff about the company to this person, they're like, I don't really need to do a meeting. Like you just told me everything. So remember, an invite is just to book an appointment, not to do the whole presentation. And you almost feel, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? Desperate, right? Like if you vomit all this information, you feel desperate. Like just imagine if you were out at dinner and you just met a male or a female, whether you're a girl or guy on this, and say it's a girl and she's just like, talking about marriage. Like you literally just got together and she's talking about marriage. Oh, when we do this, and like, it's just so heavy. You're like, oh, this person's weird. Like, I just met you. I like you. It sounds kind of good, but I don't want to talk about having babies and getting married and what house we're going to live in. Like you kind of go too fast and people just push away. Right? Like it's not that type of thing where you want to go and just shove it down their throat. It's like, get them excited, right? Get them excited enough to want to get on a call. And so to do that, it does take a couple of skills. Now, I'm going to go back to the basics. When I first started in network marketing, like I said, I was very timid. I was very scared. I literally, my first calls, I was shaking in the corner of my room in the fetal position. And I was whispering because my own voice made me scared. Like that's how intense it was for me. So if you're looking at me today and like, oh, she's powerful. I'm not saying you think I'm powerful, but say you think I am, right? And if you're like, oh, how does she do the things that she do? How do Ricky and her, Ricky and her do the things that they do in 3? It's been a growth process. And I came from a very, very humbling place that I just listened to my leadership and I did what they do. So if you do what I do, it's like a recipe. If you follow the recipe, you get the dish. I don't care if you're black, white, purple, green, if you're, what body type you are, where you're from, none of that matters. Just follow the recipe. Okay. But I'm going to go back to the basics. There's a document that I just absolutely love. And I made this when we first started our first company 7 years ago, and I've never changed it because I feel like it's the secret sauce. So if you are on a computer, then you can go to your boards. If you are on your computer, you could open another screen and go to your boards. I will pull it up just so you could find it, but I'm going to pull it down after. And I would suggest you either take a screenshot of it, or if you have it in a book, like I have all of my, this is just kind of a tip. Every document that is in boards is in this little book, everything. Because I am still like one of those people that like paper, you know what I mean? Like I love like having access to things, but like if I really want to get down and dirty and learn, like I would take a piece, I print it out, and I just like to touch a pen or pencil and have to be able that ability to write on things. So I'm going to pull it up here really fast for you guys. This is not necessarily going to be the same process for texting, but it's going to be very similar and you could pull from it. All right, so I'm assuming it is in here. Okay, create your own script. So if you saw where I went from boards 3 to team Ucronation playbook. Everything that you guys need, like for your resources, are going to most likely for building is going to be in your playbook. And so if you haven't been in here and played around, totally play around in here and print these things out, get in a binder, get organized, treat this like a real business. That's how you have that real result. Don't be a poser, be a professional. All right, and then you just go to contact and invite scripts, and then right here to the top, create your own script. I'm going to pull that out. All right, I have this in front of me, so I'm just going to leave this up for a second. But these have been the components of an invite that I have used for years. And it's super basic, but it's just points that I want you to hit. So if you're taking notes or you're joining us on a replay, these are things that every call should have. This is the recipe for success. This is what has given my husband and I the ability to build a massive business through massive recruiting, because we hit these points every time. What you put in them is up to you, but a lot of it's going to be very similar. So when we think about inviting, it's like, oh my gosh, I have to create this perfect script. Well, it's really not that hard if you just plug it in to this platform here. Okay, so first, always creating a sense of urgency. Now, if this is a phone call, and Ricky and I are just big on picking up the phone, can you do texting? Yes. And we'll talk a little bit about those as we do our individual, as we talk through each individual of the 10 people, whether it's a text or a call. But this is for really a text invite, but for a phone invite, but we can use it for a text, and I'll show you how. Is creating a sense of urgency, coming in, creating an interest. This is the part that you create yourself. You make this part. This is your personal this is your personalized script. Then you come in and take the pressure off and give a compliment. People don't want to be called like cattle call, right? They want to know why you call them and what makes them so special. People want to join people that make them feel good about themselves. So compliments are very hard to find these days. People don't compliment each other. I think they pull each other down more than anything else, because there's just so much looking around and comparison, especially with social media. Take the pressure off. If you're telling your friends, like your best friend or your cousin or whatever, someone you really care about, like, you're going to do this with me, you're going to rock it with me, you'd be so great at it. Those are the things you should never say. They're like, no, never. Don't put pressure on people. It's not about what they're going to do. It's what you're going to do. It's what you're going to create, because they're going to sign up from your excitement, not theirs. They have no idea what you're talking about. So you're coming to them so excited, tell them they're going to do something, and they have no idea. They haven't even seen a presentation yet. So it's very, very weird to put people in that situation. It makes them feel very, very uncomfortable. Okay. Then you're always going to ask for 20, 30 minutes. In the beginning, you feel like you're asking for money in a sense, right? When you're borrowing their time. And so we try to devalue what we're doing and saying, hey, when do you have like 10 minutes? When do you have 15 minutes? No, no, no. I cannot do anything in 15 minutes. Like, I cannot show a video, be introduced, and get on there and give a proper, edification of our company and you in 15 minutes. Ask for 20. Be confident in that. It could be the 20 minutes that changes their life. Okay. Because I know for me, that 20 minutes that I sat down with my girlfriend, that she actually asked for 30, and then said, hey, if you need a little bit more, right? Like if you have a lot of questions, carve out some more time. Be okay with asking for more time, because if the more time you have from the 20, 30 minutes, the more value you get to bring. Okay. And then from there, you set an appointment. Like if you think of this, like if you were in the military, your goal is to get in and get out with an appointment. You might go into these calls really excited to tell them, and sometimes you forget to book that appointment. Remember, it is important to have to treat this like a business and have all of the things ready to present. So like if you're calling your friend and she's like, okay, and you're asking for A and B time, and you don't even know when you're available, well, then you're not ready for this call, right? You need to make sure if you're only available on Tuesday and Thursday from 4 to 6, you tell her that, because you're not going to be available on a Wednesday at 1 o'clock. So you want to keep the process moving fast and very professional and be prepared. It's all about preparation. My father used to say, nothing is luck, Francoise, nothing. It's when preparation meets opportunity, right? And so I want to say this isn't a luck business. Prepare, and that's what we're getting you done, getting you guys prepared for today. All right, and then have some rebuttals. It is important, if you have questions that you are scared to answer, then you need to work on that. Like if you are scared to death, if someone asks you if it's network marketing, well, hello, then you need to know how to be prepared to answer that. So write down the things that you think that somebody will ask you. And when I'm working with you, if you have a couple of those questions, I'll answer them. And then write them down and have those rebuttals and look in the mirror at home and respond to them. So you start to feel confident. Like this is your business. You have to work on your business. When someone opens a restaurant, they just don't have 50 people sitting in their restaurant just wanting to eat. Like you have to work on your business, getting people in the seats. You're working on getting people in the seats, and you have to be prepared for the questions, or they'll never get there because they just feel like you don't even have the baseline for something they want to be part of. All right, so I'm going to stop here. I'm going to take this off the screen. I'm going to pull out the first person on my list. I didn't start with you since I found you. Okay. All right, add spotlight, me and you. I'm going to ask to unmute. Okay. Hey, so you're the last one to join and the first one to start. Oh my goodness. Can you hear me okay?
I can, yes, thank you.
Okay, perfect. Well, it's nice to meet you.
Yes, you too.
All right, so let's talk about what you have to work with. So are you doing texts or are you doing phone calls, or a mix?
Text and voice message, like
Okay.
voice message via messenger or text, however I have their contact
Okay.
info.
Yep. And I really do like if like you feel like you can't pick up the phone yet, I like the next step is voice texts, because they get to hear the inflection in your voice, the excitement, and they hear your voice, which they're a lot of times, if they're a good friend of yours, they're attached to that, right? Like I know when, like today I was talking with my girlfriend, Kylene in Michigan, and just when she says hello, I'm like, oh, hi, so it's like, it just opens up my heart in a different way, because I just love her so much. Her voice does make a difference. So that is the next step. If you're just doing texting and you want to step out and move to The next level, I would say that's a good in between. We'll get you ready. And if you don't know how to respond to rebuttals, it's still a good way that you can get a lot of the good part of a phone call, but with giving you an opportunity to ask a mentor or something like that for support and how to respond. Okay, so let's read. Do you have your script typed it out or on a piece of paper?
Yeah, I have one that I'm sharing, inviting for Monday's event. I'm going to be in Minnesota for vacation. And so we decided to put an event together while I'm in town.
Okay, all right. So let's talk about that event and tell me, and talk about your invite and tell me what you're struggling with.
So thankfully, Heather and I and Amanda and Leah have been doing a lot of good events here in Sarasota. So I have some good traction.
Yeah.
And so this is a last minute thing since I'm in town. Hey, Lori, Emma and I are coming in for a quick visit. I decided in order to see a bunch of people at one time and quickly share something I'm very excited about. I'm going to host a wellness and networking get together while in town. May I share the details with you? And I know this person well. I would love to see you.
Okay. No, I love that. Okay. So, from the sound of it, Kimberly, you are building through health and wellness. Now, you're not building with opportunity, just health and wellness, or is this just this certain person?
Well, I was calling it, it's a wellness and networking get together. So I'm trying to bring business, like people who are already in business together and do networking and then share with them that we're doing the opportunity similar to what you and Ricky did when you were here in Sarasota.
So it's the same format, but
It's
you're
the same
calling
format.
it wellness.
It's a wellness plus networking event is what I'm calling it.
Okay. And I love everything you said. The only thing I would probably honestly just take out is wellness.
Okay.
I would start talking more about the opportunity of launching something new in the area. If they had to ask, what is it? You could say it's an innovative technology, that's first to market, something like that. I just feel like wellness doesn't do it justice, right? Because I've been to so many wellness seminars and I just think wellness and I go, and I don't mean that to be condescending, you know what I mean? But it doesn't give me any excitement. And the main thing about these scripts is to get them excited. Everybody wants to be part of something like new and on the ground floor and be the first. Would you guys agree? Right? Heads nodding. Like, wouldn't you want to be part of something new? That's why you're here, is because it's new, exciting, it's ground floor. So I would just work on just making it more exciting and giving them a little bit more color. Right. And I just love everything around it. I love. It was a personal touch. I'm bringing everyone together. All of that was perfect. I wouldn't change anything in that one. That would be the only tweak I would say. And you'd probably attract more people that way because more people will come to a business meeting than anything else.
Okay.
So if you want to hit more of like a medical approach, if that's what your comfort level is, me and a good friend of mine, we've partnered up with over 750 doctors throughout the United States. We're launching innovative wellness. It's a massive opportunity. Nobody really knows about, just the top of whatever community you live in. Sarasota knows about it right now. It's invitation only. I'm only in town for a small amount of time, bringing a bunch of friends together. You've been on top of my list. You're one of my most favorite friends. I love you for A, B, and C reasons. I would love for you to attend, even if it's not for you, right? Even if it's not for you, I'd love for you to come and support me. And if you know anyone in your life right now that you really love, right? Just to make it fun, bring them, because I am looking to make a huge impact in this community. It has something innovative that no one else in the world has. And I want you to come take a look. And I'm so excited. That's what I would say in my invite. I would probably piece that together through a conversation. So would I put that all in one? I don't know, it might be a little much. I might use exactly what I said, and this is recording because you probably can't talk right as fast, but this is recording. So I'd probably take that and spoon feed it to her. Okay. Right. So
like, hey, are you available Monday night?
Yes. And then say, yeah, why, what are you doing? Tell her a little bit, let her ask, because this is the thing. If you take your create an interest section of that document and you use it properly instead of just vomiting everything, you're not caught in a situation where you have to tell them more, because they're asking 5 questions, you've given them the answers, but you only give them the answers of what you wanted to give them in the first place. But if you give them everything at once and you put everything out there, then you have nothing else to say. And then all of a sudden you're dipping into your presentation that you should be doing in person or on a Connect or on a live Zoom or something like that. So keep your cards to your chest and only show one at a time. Perfect. Anything else?
No, that was
Okay.
great.
Thank you for your time. Okay. I'm going to find you. Let's see, Suzanne in the spotlight.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can. Hi, how are you?
Okay, hi, I'm good. How are you? I am
Okay,
driving. I'm one of those
is this-
full-time people.
Okay, are you going to be somewhere where you stop? Do you want me to come to someone else and then come
This is-
back?
No. This is how I do all of my business right now.
Okay.
In my pockets of time are when I'm driving. So
Okay.
this is it.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, that's your university, that's your education, that's your business building. I'm totally cool with it. My girlfriend that introduced me to the company, she built a $500,000 residual business driving to and from work every day. She was a busy mama at the time. Okay. All right. So tell me, let's talk about where you are in your business. How many people? You're a 3-star, right? You're 3-star.
I'm a 3-star and trying to run as fast as I can. I'm on the 90-day obsession, and I have 8 people on my team so far. My goal is to try to get as many of those onto the cruise with me as possible. I'm not quite qualified yet, but should be in the next week or two, hopefully this week. And I just love this opportunity so much. And I feel like in the beginning, I just totally word vomited over so many people, and I need to pull those back in. Like, if I could figure out a way to be like, hey, guess what? I'm sorry that I was so excited.
Yes. Let's pause right there and let's talk about that. Oops, you're frozen. Okay, let's talk about the word vomiting, because put a 2 in the chat right now if you feel like you can relate to Suzanne right now that you've word vomited. And if you did it a lot, maybe just go 2 a million times, because I know I did the same thing. I totally word vomited when I first got started, and it was out of nerves, right? Because when I'm done, I was like, man, like, I never would say something like that. Like, why'd I do that? You know what I mean? Like, what was wrong with me? So yes, you can go back and fix it for everyone out there. And I think the truth is always good enough. And I want you to write that down. The truth is always good enough. People will resonate with your heart more than anything else. If you're just super honest and transparent and not try to be like really weird and act like someone you're not, right? I think you get to people's heart and they open up in just another level for you. So like the people that you went to and you word vomited, I would probably go back to them and say, let's just say Jennifer. I would probably pick up the phone and say, Jennifer, listen, first of all, I just want to come with you. I just want to talk with you for a few minutes. I want to apologize. A couple of weeks ago when I called you, I had been in a place in my life where I was really searching for a new journey. And I was just so excited. The people that I'm working with, they're so motivated and inspiring that I think that I came to you and I did you a disjustice, and I didn't show you the opportunity like I should have. And it's been on my heart for weeks. It's made me sick, because I know what I have is so beautiful. I know what I have could bless people. And I know you and I love you so much that I just don't want in a year or 2 from now, I'm doing really well. And I just think back and say, I never went back and showed her the right way. Would you please give me the opportunity to share it with you? Even if it's not for you, I don't care. I just want to make sure that I give you the opportunity to see it the way I did. And if it's not for you, I just love your feedback. I love you. That's why I called you. You were the top of my list. And I'm sick about it. Right. So I think something like that would be a great approach. How did that sound to you?
I love that.
Yeah.
And I think that all of my friends would totally understand that.
Yeah. And they're your friends. And if they don't give you this opportunity, I would just really just take a look at the depth of your guys' friendship. Right. And
right.
and it's hard. you know, it's hard. This business is super hard because you think the ones that will, that you really love and care about, but they won't, you know, and the ones that
Right.
you think won't will. And that's why we tell you not to pre-qualify. My biggest builders were not on the top of my list. They weren't even really on my list. They were like kind of later, you know, and the ones that were on top of my list were like, stay away, you know? And so you also have to remember when you're excited, you're at that 12 o'clock midnight, you're at the place in your life where you're just ready, but they might not be. So you're coming to them all excited and they're like, I'm at 11:55. Like, I'm not ready for that 12 o'clock change. Right. So
Right.
you also have to be considerate of that. Like, it's not about you, it's about them.
Right.
But you're making it about you. We all made it about us because we're so excited. We want to build a team. We want to hit 3-star. We want to go on the cruise. We. But where is it
Right.
about them? So we got to pull back the layers and think, why am I doing this? I want to serve others. Sharing is serving. Selling
Right.
is still serving. If we're selling 3, it's serving them. I'm off 7 prescription medications because of innovative technology. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I've retired my husband. Like, you know, I have a retirement. Like, I didn't have any of these things before, you know? We were living paycheck to paycheck in a sense. We had a little bit extra, but not much. I mean, after 3 years of staying home, we would have no more. That wasn't retirement. That was like a fake retirement, right? So there's so much that this has to offer. At the same time, we got to take ourselves out of that place. So, all right. So tell me, continue. I just want to stop there because I thought it was great because I know a lot of people probably felt that way. And everybody in the chat, I know you're driving, is just saying, you know, they all in the same, they were all feeling the same as you. They vomit on people. So everyone feels like you do.
Yeah, thank you so much for saying that. I actually, because I can't read and drive at the same time, I texted you some of the ones that I've been sending out.
Okay. Got it.
Do you mind? Do you mind?
Yes.
reading them?
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is you in the purple. I was introduced to this massive opportunity by a successful doctor I know in Ponte Vedra. The company did 50 million week 1, launching in 14 countries. It's totally part-time. Would you be open to taking a look? Okay. This person said, what's it about? Plant-based nutraceuticals for health maintenance and profession. There's an informational get together tomorrow night at Ponte Vedra at a doctor's house. There'll be wine and snacks. It's a gorgeous venue. It's on my Facebook. That's perfect. I loved it. There's nothing I would change. I think you gave a little bit of information. You gave a lot of value. You know, everyone, if you were to close your eyes and read your script, can they see it? Yes or no? Because if they can't see it, then it doesn't excite them because we are 68% visual. So we're trying to create color in a text, color in a conversation. And when I close my eyes, I can see what she told me, right? Like, can't you see that? Right? I'm in Ponte Vedra. I'm at a doctor's house. The house is beautiful. It's an innovative technology. You know, like I can kind of feel that. But when someone says, and I'm kind of picking on you, Kimberly. If someone says a wellness and networking event, which one do you feel like has a little bit more weight? Right? So that's the type of things that I want you guys to see. And I'm going to actually go into my text messages real quick. I'm going to pull this up and I'm going to put it on the screen. So if any of you want to screenshot what she had, because it was really good. That was a script if you want to screenshot it.
So this is one person that I've talked to. We did the one that I sent that invite to. We did a phone call with her and Hillary. She sounded very interested, and I still have not been able to close her, and I don't know how to get her over the line.
Okay. Well, I mean, you follow up until you're dead or they're dead. So I would just understand that today we're so overly sold to and desensitized that it takes 7 to 13 touches before people say yes. Suzanne, congratulations. I'll see you soon. I'm going to go ahead and move to the next person. Okay. Okay. So next I'm going to go to, let's see here. Let's go to David Juarez. find you. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Hi, David.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How's of my favorite people?
Oh, thank you. Doing well, doing well.
All right, found it.
So the very first one is what I started with. And then it kind of like, I've been trying to do like little ratio, trying to percentages, what is it looking in the beginning? It was maybe a good 40, 50%, people were open, starting to come back. And right now I'm all on cold market. So I dabble a little bit of my warm and then back and forth. I do both. I do all my platforms, so I do Facebook, I do Instagram, and LinkedIn is my real strong point, is what I usually do.
Okay.
So
David's in more cold market right now. So in cold market, sometimes you have to give a little bit more information. So his script is going to be a little bit more information. Hope all is well. I wanted to see if you'd be interested. I would take out interested, open.
okay.
Okay. Interested is like a bad word. Okay. It puts pressure on people. So instead of, hope all is well, I wanted to see if you're interested in being a part of a huge movement, which is a once in a life opportunity. It's, hey, would you be open to taking a look at a huge movement that is a once in a life opportunity, right?
Okay.
I'd like to explain. So I think if it's a cold market and they don't know you, it might be good to introduce yourself a little bit. Hi, David, nice to meet you. I have been a very successful contractor out in the California area for 30 years. And I'm recently, I recently been introduced to an opportunity that I've introduced to a movement that is a once in a life opportunity. And if I may, I would like to give you more color, more details, explain. We are the top cellular absorption company in the world. I would just, it's kind of funny, but I would say we are the top cellular absorption. We are a company bringing a innovative technology to the marketplace. Nobody else in the world, no one else on the planet is doing what we're doing. I think it just gives it a little bit more innovative. People kind of think understand innovation more than just cellular absorption. Either one is good though. I like that I just gave you some different things to work with, but I don't mind. We're the top cellular absorption company in the world. No one is doing what we're doing, or nobody can come close, or we have no competitors. Maybe that would be better. So we're the top cellular absorption company in the world. We have no competitors. I think that's kind of important. We also have been improved in the physician desk reference, and people might not even know what the hell it is. So, which is the highest level of credibility in the medical field, also known as a doctor's Bible, right? I mean, it's giving a little bit of understanding, because they might not even know. They're like, hey, I'm a construction guy like you. What is the PDR? I would like to break down the details if you're open. Okay. Oh, this is the second one. Oh, was this the beginning?
No, the first one is one, and then the
Okay.
second one, the other one is a second script I use.
Okay. All right. The little tweaks I think would be great. This script, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm going to put it on the screen for everyone who just kind of wants to see too. And if you want to take pictures and you want to pull from any of this, you're totally fine. This is a good one to work for. This is a cold market one. Okay. So this was the first one here. Hi, hope you're doing well. I want to see if you'd be interested. And remember, we tweaked this a little bit. So if you're taking any of this or taking pictures of it to keep it, go back and listen to the replay and make those tweaks. Because remember, that interested word is a no never. And even when you're inviting your friends and you're like, hey, are you interested in taking a look at this massive opportunity I have? Open. Are you open to taking a look? If you can change that, it changes the whole feel of the conversation. I promise you. All right, so the next one here, I know we don't know each other, but I'm reaching out to as many as I can about a ground floor opportunity with the cellular absorption technology that's changing the way people repair their bodies. Okay, this is more health focused. Are you open to a conversation so I can share it with you? I mean, that's just like a really fun, light approach. And I don't really feel like there's anything necessarily that needs to be changed if I was gonna get picky, right? Let's just see. I know we don't know each other. I would give an authentic compliment, you know, like go back to the type of script here, you know, and also you always ask for like the time, like, would you be open to like a 20-minute conversation? I'd kind of be a little bit more, just more details in here, not so just vague. I know we don't know each other. You might just want to say who you are, you know, a little bit like, hi, my name is David. I know we don't know each other. My wife and I were really into health and wellness. I stumbled across your page. Give them some picture here, right? I stumbled across your page. I really love, it looks like you have a passion for health and wellness. And for whatever reason, I felt led to reach out to you and then jump in and say that.
Okay, no, that perfect. Now this is the other one that we just came up with.
Okay, just the minute we just talk, like us?
No, Cassie and I.
Oh, us. Okay. I'm like,
Yeah,
us? I'm
sorry.
like, wow, you typed that fast. Okay. All right. Hi, I just wanted to reach out and say, I'm really glad social media connected us. Okay, how are you guys connected? So what is,
This one's on Facebook.
so you guys became friends?
Yeah,
Okay, I feel like we have a lot of the same core values and beliefs. Because of that, Dave and I wanted to extend you an opportunity to partner with us. We are part of a platform that has changed our lives and our health, and more importantly, that of our sons. Okay, so have conversations been made prior to this between the two of you and this person? Typically,
no.
no. Okay.
No.
So
Okay, so on my end, it'll be no, but on Cassie's end, it'll be yes. I kind of just shoot.
yeah, it's like next,
Yes,
next. Yeah.
yes.
Where Cassie is like more nurturing and
Yeah.
more, I totally get it. Okay, so there's a little bit more forming happening. Yeah, I mean, like for recruiting run, I would say for each of you, have kind of two buckets or two approaches rather. Have like a list that you just kind of shoot really for the jugular. Like you just get it. Are you open to an opportunity like that type of text and you're just going straight for the jugular? And then have a group that you kind of court a little bit, but not too long. Because if you stay too long in courting, it feels gross and it feels like you're like slimy, it just feels like, oh, you were only talking to me because you wanted to show me this. So you can only do a little bit of forming and a little bit of courting. But I would just see what your network responds to, because every person is just different.
Yeah.
And I think people attract people that are like yourself, right? So David, you'll probably attract the people that just want to like go in, like Ricky. Ricky's very forward. You're very much like Ricky. You're like, I'm going to talk to 100 people today. I might talk to 20 because I'm courting them, So in this, if this is just straight to the point, I think it's straight to the point. I don't think there's anything wrong with it at all. The only thing I don't like is I'm really glad social media connected us. I feel it just kind of sounds a little weird to me.
Okay.
I'd find a
Yeah.
different way to say that. I'm not sure if I have the words to say that. If you're reaching out to her or him, and I would just say, I would go back to just like talking about how you found them, like what the reason why you connected with them. Thank you for the ad. I stumbled across your page, really love what you're doing. It looks like your philosophy aligns with our families, really into health and wellness. Explain what it is that you think their beliefs are core.
Gotcha.
The core beliefs and values, because I just want to know what, like, I'm reading this and I'm thinking, okay, I don't know this person. What is he talking about? Like, what are my core values and beliefs? Like, how does he know that about me? Right.
Mm,
So
yeah,
it could come across a little, come across a little creepy. So I would just say, because then if this was sent to me and says, hey, I stumbled across your page and and I really like what you're doing. I really respect you and your family, how you care for your children, or you're very active. It looks like you guys are super health conscious too. And my husband and I just got invited to an opportunity that we're really looking at, an opportunity to change people's lives. And I don't know if you're struggling with anything in health or not, or if you're looking for an opportunity for, a financial or a financial opportunity. But I know that my husband and I, or my wife and I, are super passionate about, what I would love to share with you if you're open. We were able to help our son in a major way and give some love and attention there, and then ask for it. I think the main thing with all of these that I'm seeing is just a little bit more color. Now, as I say this, I'm hesitant because I feel like you guys are going to now send 5 paragraphs. Okay. You
Okay.
can't do that. You write it out and then you rewrite it and you rewrite it again until it's short. I can tell my 30-minute story in less than 2 minutes. Right. So if I talk about my life, I can tell you in 30, or I can tell you in 2. I can tell you in 30 seconds. So you
Okay.
have to get good on saying a lot of information in a short amount of time. A pastor on stage, this is why they do what they do. They take a big scripture, a big teaching, and they put it and condense in a short amount of time. Same thing on stage. If you were to look at what Ricky and I went and shared on stage, there's so much depth in that, in the 15, 20 minutes we had each. There's so much depth and training into it, but you have to condense it. So that's what you have to learn to do. If you're sending something that is long as this last one where it says Cassie on the screen, if you're sending something that long, it better be impactful.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
No, that's good nuggets.
Yes. Thank you, David. Those are very good examples. And I think a lot of people probably got a lot of help from that. All right. Did I miss you
Hi.
when you're waving your hand, or were you not on yet?
No, I was on.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Okay. Well, you didn't have to be in the hot seat the first one.
Yeah, I was not.
and then
Got it.
and then I got the other Kimberly. She's like, oh my, and I didn't even think about it. She's like, I just was told about this in 15 minutes.
Can I get a crunchy taco?
Oh wait, hold on. Somebody's ordering a country
And-
taco. Hold on. Let me mute that. Okay, you there?
Yes.
Somebody was eating a country taco for lunch. All right, here we go. So tell me quickly about yourself.
So I've actually been with 3 since before it was even named 3, but I don't have any stars yet.
Okay, no stars. Okay, so tell me about some of the things you're struggling with your invite.
So actually it's been going better. I just was not obsessed previously. I was doing all the things we're not supposed to do, like pre-qualifying and overthinking it. So during this one, I'll actually send you one that I've used. But while we have been on this training, I got a reply from a girl who said, I'm super busy with work and life, but still interested to hear about it. Do you have a brochure you could send me? And I seem to keep running into that, like, oh, is there a link? Is there a site? Is there a brochure? So trying to figure out.
So I would say the company has launched in 14 countries. It definitely has like all the things, but it's not one of those that I can just send, that I want to send you a bunch of links. I would love just to schedule a time that me and you could, talk on a phone call or whatever, or in person, however you want to do it. We can sit down and I can show you. It'll probably take about 20 minutes, but then I can show you the full business plan and overview of what we have to offer. If I show you any other way, I don't think you'll see it the way I did and understand it and get it. So I don't want to, don't want to rob you of the opportunity of seeing it the right way. I would say something like that, because you're just giving them perspective. Like, yeah, I can send you a link, but that's not going to show you anything.
Yeah.
Right? Because if they watch a link, let's just say the 2-minute video you send them, they don't see the timing, the positioning, the team, the system. The technology is kind of shown, but not really, right? So it's just like this quick video that is meant to have a live person after like walking you through the things. So with that, I just say, respectfully, if you don't mind, I'd rather hold off and let's jump on a call. Like, let's jump on a call so I can really break down the information. There's a visual presentation. It's very innovative. There's gonna be a lot of questions that will be easier done on a call than through text.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
she
So let's
should,
talk
like-
about your, sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying she should definitely be on that level because we go back to like when we were little kids and she's teaching like a cycling class and all this kind of stuff. So I think she owns a business now. I'm not sure, but I did send you one that I've been
Okay, I
using.
see
I've
it.
only sent a few because I wanted to wait for the training today to see.
All right. So this one's here. Hey girl, wanted to ask you real quick while I'm between calls at work. Not sure if you've seen my post about the new thing I'm doing. I know Facebook is funky sometimes. I recently partnered up with some super successful friends I highly respect. We've launched a brand new company in 14 countries so far, and hit 70 million the first 3 months. I'm picking up momentum in our area and thought of you because you're nearby and I would love to have someone I know do this with me. It's totally part-time from my phone, no pressure, of course, but trust me, definitely worth a peek. Are you open to hearing more? Okay, I'm gonna put this on the screen. And I don't mind it. I think that's, let me find you. Ah, there you go. Zoom is funky. I lose my place all the time. Like, where are you? It just totally disappears. I have so many things open right now. All right, here you go. That's you, right? Let me close some of these boxes to make my life easy. Okay, can you see it? Thumbs up? Yep. Okay, perfect. All right. All right, so let's kind of look at this one. I mean, you did a little bit of just real life conversation, which I kind of liked, right? A little forming here. I recently partnered with some super successful friends that I highly respect. Sounds good. We've launched a brand new company in 14 countries. We've launched a brand new company in 14 countries. I would just probably add something in here, like that it's a massive opportunity. I think saying huge or massive, you put these things out there. But I will say when I first got started, like when people would talk about a company like being $1 billion company or something like that, like, or making 70 million, I just felt like everyone does that. Like I had no like gauge of what a company should be like. So with my understanding, because I wasn't in a business and I was an entrepreneur, I didn't understand that. So it really didn't mean much. So I would just kind of put in there like, this is going to be the biggest thing I've ever done, right? Something like that. Other than that, I really like it, actually. I feel like you hit all the points. Trust me, it's definitely worth a peek. It's worth your time. Those things are so important. And trust me, such a powerful word, when you're reaching out to people, like, trust me, I know how busy you are. I would never waste your time. Those things are super powerful. So I think this is great. I think you're doing a really good job.
That's
I
such
was
a relief.
concerned.
I thought it was so long.
Yeah, I know you're not doing it wrong. I would say I was concerned when I was waiting for you to send this to me to pull it up, that people were asking this because you were too product heavy, but you're not. So there's nothing I would change.
It worked out.
Hi Taylor, nice to see you.
Hey.
I'm like, I feel like I have to whisper right now.
No,
Because the baby.
we work like this all the time because she's definitely like has to be on mom.
Okay. That's such a sweet picture here. Okay. I'm so jealous. I get baby fever. My husband's like, you ready to do another? I'm like, I'm too old to have a baby. I don't know if I could do that anymore. I don't know the body does that stuff at this age. All right. So how can I help you? Tell me a little bit about yourself, where you're at in your business.
Okay, and I just texted you kind of what I've been using with some other additional pieces, but hit 3-star finally. We're like 3 months into the business, my husband and I. We just added our 10th person to the team.
Yay.
So really, since we've started, I've been trying to workshop and stop word vomiting. So I started with pretty long initial outreach messages or video messages. I like video message for those people that I know. And they worked out great, but I still felt like I was just divulging too much. I mean, it worked, but I did get a couple where they were like, "Have you been hacked?"
Yeah, that happens.
I definitely got that
Yeah.
too.
Okay.
So I've tried to workshop them to shorten them, and I'm pretty much between two right now. If I know the person more personally, I'll add something about what I've seen them doing recently, or if I know that they're a mom and away from the house, and maybe the draw would be, to be home with the kids more, I add something like that. And so I sent over everything to you via text.
Okay, got it. All right, so let's look. All right, I just partnered with a successful couple, big on impact. Okay, this is probably from, oh wait, I'm reading the wrong one, sorry. All right, I recently jumped into a unique ground floor opportunity in the proactive health space. Now this is, you intentionally are talking more about health, right? Like you want to be, this is the person that you think that would be more open to that, okay? I immediately thought of
Yeah.
you and would love to share more and more information. If you're open to it, I guarantee. So I think that this is good. I would just add a little bit more color. I would maybe say innovative, right? Or first to market. Something to make it seem like it's different than others, right? So I recently jumped into a unique ground floor opportunity in the proactive wellness space. Or I would say a first to market. I jumped into a ground floor opportunity with a first to market innovative technology in the health and wellness space. Right. So I just give like a little bit more to that. And then I immediately thought of you. Why? I would tell them why. Like, I know I immediately thought of you because I know how much you love, health and wellness, or how you are into X, Y, and Z, whatever it is for them. Would love to share more information, be worth 20 minutes. And then I would ask for additional notes. Okay. Our team is #1 in the nation.
I have like
#2
pieces
globally.
I add in depending on who I'm talking to. So I just
Okay.
had
Yeah.
that.
So yeah. That, I mean, the team and stuff is good. They're definitely probably going to think of network marketing at that point. But you can maybe say, we've launched. We're partnered with a powerful group of people. Over 700 doctors have seen value in this opportunity. Something like that. All the products in the PDR. That's like those are really good things people can kind of resonate with. I would just say here, let me pull this up actually. All right, so this first one, recently jumped into a unique ground floor opportunity. This is where we were. I would just say 20 minutes of your time to discover more. You always end a conversation, or you end with a question. Okay, so you can ask questions all throughout if you wanted to, like, are you open? Would you give me time? All the things or whatever. But at the end, you have to have a call to action at the end. So you can even reiterate the same thing you asked above if it's more of like a heavier initial text. So you would say, I guarantee it'd be worth 20 minutes of your time to discover more. Would you be open today, this afternoon, or maybe sometime tomorrow? Always give them A or B options. It's like kids, hey, like, hey, sweetie, what do you want to eat? And they're like, right? But you're like, do you want a hamburger or hot dog? You can get them to answer a lot quicker. So just give them an option that works with your schedule too. I mean, you have a baby on your arm, so there's probably times the day that are not good. So don't just say, hey, I have all the time in the world. If you don't have all the time in the world, that would be my tweak there for you, is just be more intentional, and a call to action at the end. That means more posture. Okay. Additional notes. I don't mind the team thing. If they were in network marketing, that'd probably be very, very valuable. If they're not, they're probably like, what is she talking about? So I would talk more about the people you've partnered with, the top of Jacksonville, at the top of the community. Nobody knows about it, but we have partnered up with, over 700 doctors, things like that. So that would be my tweak on that one. And then the second one, this one came from the text script. Was this a text script that you came from boards?
So that first sentence is, yeah.
Okay.
And then the
so,
mom to mom part is also just an additional note, like if that was who I was talking to, but.
okay. I've just partnered up with a successful couple, big on impact, which is great. This is someone you don't want to like, that they're big on impact, right? Like, there's a servitude about them. Just started on a new project here locally and in 14 countries. They did this a few years ago, this is the couple. Okay, they did this a few years ago and had massive success, generated over $4.5 million, helped develop other 6 and 7 figure earners. We are forming and positioning the top of the organization now. I mean, I just love all this. Okay, I would love to see if you are a fit for the team. You have 20 minutes. Okay, good. See here, you did it. You did the A and B. Gave them, and discuss details. Yeah. And then I would probably just say like what you said above, like it's definitely worth your time. Like I know how busy you are. It's definitely worth your time. So I would add that to there. And that goes back to the main thing in the beginning where I showed you those parts that you want to hit in an invitation, all of you guys. It makes the perfect invite. Like if you can just figure out how to get this in every one of your scripts, it's the secret sauce. Every conversation I have in person, on the phone, through text, I hit these things. I give some sort of create sense of urgency in the sense, I'm not like acting like I'm sitting around doing nothing in my life. I create an interest, take the pressure off, give a compliment, ask for 20 or 30 minutes, giving them an A and B, and then I get the appointment. Those are just the simple parts of a call or invite, and whatever, and whatever way you want to look at it. If you do that, you'll do really well. All right, so let me go back to the mommy thing here. Okay, I'm reaching out to you because I know it will be worth your time to hear more. Okay, and even if you decide it's not for you at this time, maybe someone else who's been praying for an opportunity just like this. Okay, so where does this go? Are you muted? Hold on. I don't know how that happened. Sorry.
There we go.
Okay. How did okay, so how this after?
So basically with those, like it's people that I know more, and so I have a little bit more introduction, and then I'd include something about like the option 2, and then that would be like how I would end the message on that one.
Okay, got it. All right, so I guess
so that's like a closer for the mom.
Yeah. So I'm reaching and the reason why, okay, so I just would tweak a couple of things. Like instead of saying the reason why I'm reaching out to you, I would go more heart level. The reason why I thought of you just feels warmer. Like it's funny, and David said this a couple minutes ago, just 1 or 2 words changes the feel of something. So I think if you said something instead of just, I'm reaching out because I know it's worth your time, like something like, I thought of you because, and give them a compliment, A, B, and C, and then also go into their world and say, I know you're super busy and you have a lot going on with all your babies running around and all the things. So I would never reach out to you, but it's definitely worth your time because I value and I understand how busy you are with mom life. Like just kind of give it a little bit more. I feel like this is a copy and paste to me. Like I want you personalizing it a little bit more, and you're so sweet and so kind and you connect very well. So it's not hard for you to do, but just remember, if you want to connect, if you want to get them to say yes, you have to connect with them. And it's hard to connect through text because they don't hear your voice and all those things. So you have to be good with your words, and you have to make them feel valued because people only care about them. I mean, if we take a picture, right? Like I took a picture with Anne over in Detroit, right? Like, and I was like, hey guys, look good. Everyone says, oh, we all looked at ourselves, right? We all looked at ourselves and do we like what we looked like, right? So the same thing with just like life, people are looking at how is it going to benefit me? Does it fit for me? Does she value me? Did she really, reach out to me for a good reason, or am I her cattle call? Like, they're thinking all those things. So the more that you can make them feel loved, appreciated, and respected, it's awesome. So these are great. You're doing good. I did talk about, I don't know if you were on the beginning, we did touch on if you word vomited on people, go back. I gave some good tips on what to say. This will be recorded, and I'll have Beth put it out for you guys tomorrow so that you guys can pull from this and share it with your team. If you have team members that were not on today, I think this went up to almost 100 people. So if those people that when you were on and you didn't see your team, send this to them. One tweak can change everything for them, and it's about continuously growing. So in the chat, I'm going to stop the screen share. In the chat, please give me a word, what you felt and how this had value from you today. I would love to read that and get some feedback from each of you. Taylor, it's been nice to visit with you, and all of the rest of you that were able to jump on today and come out and step out. It's always kind of scary, I think, in a group of people kind of being really vulnerable and showing your scripts and all the things that you've been struggling with. So I thank you for giving other people the opportunity to learn from some of the things you might have been struggling with. And then I just want to thank all of you for trusting me and giving me the opportunity to sow into you, because as much as you guys are learning, I learn a lot too. And I sharpen my skills. So I guess we are done for today. For those of you who stuck around, good job. Pats you on your back. It was a long time. I was like, I'm going to be on here for an hour. And then here I am. I talk a lot, but I definitely don't want to rush through this. I wanted you guys to feel like your time was valued, and that I value you, because I value each and every single one of you. I look forward to this 90-day run, seeing some of your faces more, getting in front of you at your home events. My husband and I are back home for a little while. So if you're in Jacksonville, we're back. Excited to get some events next week. And for some of you that are flying in for the leadership event, I'm looking forward to that as well. And if you are in Jacksonville, remember we're having a huge party here in just 2 weeks. So promote, promote, promote. And until the next time, love you guys.